just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just...
On a gorgeous southern afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Atlanta, Georgia, and inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
A carry for
Freeman, who missed most of last season. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 21. Switch gears. Ready, get up.
On second down, Freeman. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in Week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
To throw is Ryan. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
And third down is a key down in any game you play, and third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Here we go. 180. Let's go, D.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 10-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Great. 6-6.
They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Now Foles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Jones. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just one but two Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 750.
Yeah, you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Check. I got you, son. I got you.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his fourth touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Looking long for Westbrook. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Foles. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan, the left side completion to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game. And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
No. Got it.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. So that flag will cost him 15. And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a... An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game. I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he? I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Check four.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they come up now 2nd and goal. Second and goal from the 1.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Alert flare. 39. Check 50. Check 37. Check 37.
Again, it'll be Freeman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Ready, 280. 51, sub. Here we go. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Greystone, travel. 39. 47 is the mic. Ready to go.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Allen has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they? Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they? They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3. Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives. So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it. Punt's better than the turnover. The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half,
Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check, 9. Go. Purple 64. Quick edge. Come. Pilot 64. Weak.
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
45's the mic. 45's the mic. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Here's Foles. Being chased out left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. To throw on 2nd and 10. Foles. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
Complete to Marquise Lee. A gain of 15. And the Jaguar 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Coming to you. Coming to you.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw here. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
A throw left side complete to his receiver, Westbrook. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that Johnny D. Don't let him breathe.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Foles. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. He hits Blue. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. It's a 39-yard attempt right hash. And Lambo will put this one through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tough.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
44, Mike, 54, South. Hey, box truck.
To throw again, Ryan. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now Ryan on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now this time he'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. 2nd and 2. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the 2nd half.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Ready. Back 25. Check. Switch up. Check 9.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Fournette. He finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Hey, tight down. There you go. Check.
They go play action here on first down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And finding Keelan Cole. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Good. 180. Here we go.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. That's out to his running back, Fournette. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Yeah, let's go. Move off, Parker. Let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. This is caught, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Lee, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Jaguars have taken the lead. Lambeau on for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10.
Makes the score Jaguars 17, Falcons 10. Josh Lambeau to kick off 4.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
The open man is Westbrook, and the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
21. Check 52.
Throwing again. Ryan. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10.
Switch. Gun. Wait.
Now it's Ryan. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the pass.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
Skate situation. Hey, South. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. Check.
From the gun, Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Tavecchio puts this one through, and that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposite. And I think the ball's out, and the Falcons grab it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. Now back to throw. Looking long for Westbrook. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. To throw again on second down. Ryan, throw left side complete. It's Jones. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just one fourth-quarter comeback for the QB.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. 44 is the mic.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
20. Hey, Haywood.
On first down, Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Ryan gets it to his tight end, Hooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. On first and 10, it's Ryan. This complete to Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Ryan to the offense with a first and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Ryan will throw again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. They toss to Freeman. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
Hey, South. Banjo. 44, Mike, 44. 51, South.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offense coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Fournette, first down, still going. Accelerating, and off he goes. 30, the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, 92 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
You can't block me. Football's to Mike. Mike, hey, orbit. Watch the twist.
Throwing on first down. Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st and 10, Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
It's just me and you. Hey, wahoo! 44, Mike.
On 3rd down, Ryan gets it off to Freeman. The 30, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. On first down, it's Blue. In on the stop, DeMonte Casey. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 11. Foles. Throw right side of the tight end O'Shaughnessy. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And the Jaguar first down.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand.
On the ball! On the ball! On the ball! On the ball! There you go.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Jags, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
favorite. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
In the game.
S-T-R-O. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Yeah. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. Yeah. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support broad. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great color coupes. Oh no, I can't be number 2.